there's nothing you want to tell me about crime that I wouldn't tell you. I know it is enticing. It is. Crime is enticing. But how long do you think you can stay in it? Because as you're committing the crime, you are not only creating issues for yourself with law enforcement, you are also creating issues for yourself with other gangs.
You're now listening to the Real Afro-Unity Podcast with our hosts, Daring and Ayo, where they'll be discussing various topics that affect our African diaspora. With these conversations, they aim to hopefully bridge the gap between us African Americans with the Nigerian diaspora. They will dismantle the myths and share a new perspective. Please sit back, relax, listen, and enjoy the conversation.
Welcome to the Real Afro-Unity Podcast featuring Daring and AYZ of OG Capital. It's been some time now that we've been doing this, and we try to let our people understand that we are about upping people's life. We are not doing this just for the fun of it, but we are doing it for the opportunities that we're able to provide to our people for them to move from one level of life to the other. And that is why we keep saying, send us a mail, reach out to us on Instagram, on YouTube, a comment. We're going to reach back to you if you want to do any training, business analyst, business data analyst, project management, financial courses, let us know. We're here to help you. Right. And it's free. Like we've been saying, we're not taking any money from you. It's just our way of giving back to the society. And these are 21st century jobs that AI will not be taking away in the next 2-3 years. So even if you are using AIs in your offices, it still needs management, right?
Exactly.
Someone still needs to manage
the project.
To manage the project anyway. So just reach out to us and then we'll get back to you. We still have 2 sessions that are left for this year. Don't let it walk you by. Anywhere you might be around the world, most especially if you're in the US, it's a great fit for you. And on that note, I'm saying OG of OG Capital, AYZ. What's good, brother?
Nothing much, man. I am Iro from OG Capital. We are here to help you plan, prepare, and pass along your wealth. A lot of us in our community, we very rarely have a plan for our retirement or what we're going to do with the assets. Okay, you get this nice BA job, you're making 160, 170, you're paying your mortgage, and you think you're supposed to just put your money in your 401k and just wait until retirement. And that's actually false. Retirement involves more than just your 401k. You have to plan ahead,
yes,
especially during your wealth accumulation phase. And that's where OG Capital comes in. We help you plan for your retirement. We give you deadlines or milestones that you can reach to ensure that yourself and your family are protected when you do decide to retire. Or if, God forbid, anything happens while you're working, you still need to have mitigation plans of what is going to happen when or if you lose income or there's a life-changing event. And so with OG Capital, I have a strong passion to just help our community, the minority communities, get familiar with financial products and strategies that can help you with accumulating wealth and, more importantly, passing it along so that we can help close this wealth gap.
Yeah, and you forgot about the possibility to insure oneself.
How can I? That's the most
and their
important.
families
Absolutely.
and the kids.
Absolutely.
And the opportunity for them to start growing wealth now.
Yeah.
College is expensive, life itself is expensive.
Yes.
You don't want to wait till they're like going to college and you're running around to get student loans that are going to pay throughout their lifetime, give them a head start now and start giving them something that can help them plan for their college and their future. Something they can use for every every strides they're taking, every landmarks of their life.
Correct.
They're going to college, they are getting married. They want to buy their first car,
property.
their first house, We have a program where you can put your kids in, and before they get to the age of 18, they will be able to pay their tuition and other good things.
They can even use it to start their own business, because entrepreneurship is something I strongly recommend for, people that look like me and you, because that's the ultimate wealth creation tool.
Yes.
To have your own business that's generating you income. And sometimes all you need is a little bit of startup capital. And that's where, these type of accounts come in. They're just preparing in advance. They may be small now, they may be 4 or 5, and you think, oh, they're still young, but in a flash of a moment, you'll see that they're 17, 18, and they want to get their first car. And you're like, I didn't prepare for this. So let's just avoid all of that and just plan ahead and just get in touch with OG Capital. It's www.ogcapitalllc.com. Schedule an appointment and we'll reach out and we'll get to work. But we're at the unity of Africans and African Americans. That's the main thing, because a lot of people think that Africans come into the country and just suck all the resources. And that's not always true. That's why we're here. We're trying to show a different light, that we're trying to bring people along as we...
Between an African and an African American.
Exactly. We're trying to show that there is actual unity here.
Yeah.
And we are our brother's keepers.
Yes.
He introduced me to business analyst. I use it with my business. I make better decisions now. I'm able to speak to the data that I'm collecting, all because of what he introduced to me. And we're trying to introduce that to somebody on the other end of this video.
Yes.
And so please email info@realafrounity.com if you are interested in participating in our next cohort. Spaces are very limited, so it's a first come, first serve basis.
Yes.
And so I strongly encourage you, if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to move up in the social economic realm, if you're making $50K right now, flipping burgers, or you work as a receptionist at a hospital, or whatever you're doing, and you want to get into tech, there's no better way to start than this right here, because it's not going to get better than free. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
That's easy, all right. It's not going to get better than free. I haven't heard that before, man. That's a good line. That's a good line. Yeah, see, sometimes people think when things are free like this, there's a catch to it. But then, I just need you to be motivated enough to do it. I'm not intending to get anything from it. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to pay me. But I feel like these are things you can do if you put your mind to it, and it will really change your life. So we're not doing this alone. We're also partnering with Auto Consulting.
Absolutely.
It's just our own way of
giving back to the community and the country, more importantly.
We want everybody to... I'm tired of seeing my brothers and sisters, that having to struggle and struggle and struggle to get things done. I'm not made yet. I don't consider myself as made. I still need help. I tell people, I still need opportunities. I still need help. But the little that I know now, I believe I know it enough to be able to share with people. And if I'm able to share with people, other people are going to have the opportunity to also grow and share with other people, then we can all make ourselves better.
You know what?
I'm not trying to be a billionaire out of a sudden.
I think what will help is, as you've told me, the storytelling aspect of things. Can you walk through just a 2-minute of your story, how you came into the country, how this industry changed your life, and why you want to share it with others?
Yeah, so, I'm sure if people have been following us, they must have, of course, heard some of these stories. It's just, for me, it's a chance and an opportunity, let me put it that way. I wanted a change of direction to whatever I was doing before. I've always been this kind of person that can put my mind into something I'm doing. So I can start studying medicine and I can do it for 7 years. And afterwards I'm tired. I want to do something else, get bored. Just say, okay, now I think pharmacy is what is now interesting. Then I'll go do it. So I've been able to have degrees and masters in different fields. Okay. So when it was time for me to say, okay, when I got into this country, what do I really want to be doing? I met O2 Consulting, one of ours, a church that was like, hey, dude, I know you're planning to go into lecturing and doing all this stuff, but if you can do this training, I'm sure you'll be able to
land yourself a good
job, and you like it because I've seen you do a lot of stuff, so I don't think this will be difficult for you to do. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try, and started with a few weeks. I had a job.
Beautiful.
So
look at that. You learn different languages, SQL, Jira, all these.
All these, given that I've also done GPS, I've done GIS, I know query languages, I've been able to do this from time to time. It was not difficult for me to just pick it up and just roll with it. But I feel like you don't even need to know much. Let me put it that way. There are starting jobs you can start with, and there are jobs with experiences already that can just, put you on a different scale. It all depends on how you're able to combine whatever you've done before to what
you're learning now.
Yeah, so
beautiful.
You can put those two together, then you'll be fine.
So if you're out there and you want to change, do not hesitate. Leave a comment below or join the queue by emailing us at info@realafrounity.com. info@realafrounity.com, and we will get back to you because we want more people like us in tech.
In every aspect.
In every aspect of life.
In every good thing. Because I think it's time for us to, people just, when I watch the news and I just need to, there's nothing I can do than to provide these kind of opportunities and talk about it. We need to change the narrative.
Exactly.
We cannot allow ourselves to be boxed into one narrative of everybody thinking every black guy there is crazy. Or every black woman there is going to scream and shout at. Yes, we do scream. And yes, we shout at people.
We're passionate.
It is who we are, but
that does not have to be our identity.
Yeah.
Sole identity.
I shout at people. I'm not that sophisticated. I still scream, I still shout at people, and if someone if someone was screaming at me, then a colleague of mine, she was passionate about it, and she was, the way she was expressing herself, or screaming, and she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm screaming at you." I'm like, I'm used to it. Don't worry.
This is new. This is not new.
It doesn't face me. The screaming and everything doesn't face me. I'm not. I see it every day. Growing up, I'm not going to be out coward because someone is shouting at me. No.
Yeah.
Anyway,
enough of that.
Enough of that.
What's up, man?
Let us work together. Let us change the narrative. Let us move to the next level. What is up was what you sent me.
Which one?
2 days ago. No, last week. About the Odunde Festival.
Okay.
I was shocked because I've never knew there was a festival called Odunde in Philadelphia, the city of the brothers. By the way, that's where we are.
That's where we're recording.
Podcast. Have you ever attended it right now? How does it look like?
I don't know. We'll find out.
I looked at those videos you sent to me. I wasn't seeing any African person per se. Like, they were all Black Americans, and they were doing the Odunde Festival. By the way, Odunde is a word in Yoruba that the western part of Nigeria that means the festive period has arrived or something like that.
Odun. I thought because Odun was year.
Odun is celebration. Depends on how you use it.
The context.
Yeah, depends on the context. So Odun is
it could be
celebration. Yeah. So celebration, like you said, celebration time or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. Odun is also a year. Odun is also a birthday.
Yeah,
it's also called Odun.
Odun is a birthday.
If you do your birthday,
I think a memorable, more important,
celebrating
a memorable moment.
Yeah. So it's like you're celebrating something. So I think when they say Odunde, it's like the time of celebration has come.
Yes.
This is the time of celebrating our culture,
ourselves,
our heritage,
where we come from, the bloodline.
Yeah.
The Africanism, I guess.
And I really love I don't know who came up with that, but this is what we're talking about.
Yes.
This is why we're doing this.
Yes.
And some people are already putting stuff like this together.
Yes.
Whereby everybody, I always say, if you're from Jamaica, you're from Caribbean, if you like to distribute yourself, you are from Africa. Hey, you can keep distribute yourself. But the reality of it is, hey, there are no Black people in France. There are no Black people in the UK.
There are. Stop. Let's speak. I understand what he means. What he's trying to say is that that's not your origin.
You can speak the best British English. If you're a Black person, someone brought you there.
Exactly.
Your great grandfather.
You were visiting and you decided to stay.
Someone took your family there.
Right.
So you are from Africa. You might not be living in Africa now. Your orientation, your way of doing things, generation come and gone. I've stayed in the UK, so you are now British. I understand. But you're from Africa. And you shouldn't throw that away too, because there are advantages to coming from Africa as well. It is not all doom and gloom. It is not what the media is showing you that is happening in Africa. There are bad people everywhere. Cybercrime is as big in India as it is big in Africa.
Yeah, that's true.
The person in Nigeria that you're calling scammer that is getting money from someone in the US, who do you think is helping them get the money in the US?
Leave your comments below.
Everybody's a team.
Oh man.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody's a thief. So why are we blaming one set of people?
They're all trying to just survive. It's just that's the way they know.
My mom used to say something, say, if there's an English word for it, that means someone is also doing it.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
If there's an English word for it, or a French word for it, that means someone was also doing it, so they named it there.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so if someone is a thief, it's scammer.
That's a good one.
That means there are thieves everywhere. Yeah. And there are scammers everywhere as well.
So what did you think? What was your first impression when you went on their website and you saw that this is actually considered the biggest African festival in the country? So what are your thoughts? Like, are you looking forward to it?
I'm gonna be there.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be there. I was proud, You know, like, so even before I came to US, Philadelphia has always like been a place I've heard of that I just liked. Either in movies or the way it's been portrayed. Or, even when I was in France, Philly, like it's city of brothers, everything, I just have this soft spot for it. I remember visited.
Right.
I remember the first time I drove around Philly when I first came to the US and I saw, like those, I think they're like duplex houses, but they have like 2-3 steps before you go into the house. And, like it's all lined up, like when you see it in the movies, people riding bicycles, some sitting on those staircases.
Right.
I was so...
The brownstones.
Yeah. So, I was like, oh, I used to see this in the movies, like it was really, really like
cool to see in person.
Yeah. So I've always liked Philadelphia. Then when I saw this series on Netflix that talked about that woman that helped bring people from Maryland.
Okay.
It was like Philadelphia was just there to like help blacks that were
coming from the south.
Got it. Philly was the point where black people, they were already free in Philadelphia.
Got it.
They were already free, they could do things. They were selling, they were doing businesses. So when other black slaves that were in the South came to Philadelphia.
That was their freedom point.
That was their freedom point. Then that just changed into totally for me. I'm like, no wonder I'm so attracted to this city.
This place.
Like,
this
is where the freedom is.
Got it.
So for me to now hear they're doing an Odunde Festival,
it's like, oh man.
I'm like, yes. This is it.
This is fitting.
This is
fitting.
Yeah. This is the right place to do it. It wouldn't have worked anywhere else. I think you can do it any other place, but
there's no history.
This city is just something else. Like, I don't think people really appreciate enough what Philadelphia city does to or gives to black people. Yes. There's crime. Yes, there are people doing all other stuff. But that is not the only thing happening in the city. But people sell drugs every day anyway. So
that's true.
So
if you're looking for it, you'll find it.
There's not only being sold in Philly. So,
right.
So not to deviate too much, like when I heard they were doing the Odunde Festival in Philadelphia, I'm like, oh, really? This is good. I want to be part of this. Hey, this is not a promotion video.
Right.
They don't know me, and I don't know them too. But if you have the time and you're free, please be there for the Odunde Festival, and just discover a lot of stuff, a lot of good things, a lot of connect to your origin. Let me put it that way. It doesn't take away the American in you. I always said it. I am never going to be able to speak Ghana because I've said it like 1,000,000 times. I can try. Some people do it and they're able to like
get away with it.
They're able to like knock it off and speak like a Black American, but I do not do it. But I have kids that are in this country that are never going to speak like me. They are going to speak like a Black American. But does that stop them from being Nigerians? No. They have to stay connected to their origin. Because it gives you a different sense of who you are than what society say you are. You can tell me 1,000,000 things about who you think I am. Absolutely. But I know who I am. The way you see me or the way you want to profile me or the way you want to judge me is one thing. The way I see myself, what I know I am, where I know I'm from, stays with me. You can't take that from me. And your view of me does not change that, doesn't change who I am. So that is the way I see it. When you connect to your origin, you are able to know who you are from what people say you are. And that is the difference. And I think sometimes it's lacking in people because people get lost. And that is why you can see an American or an African child that was born here before we don't want to associate with Africa. They might say, oh, before it wasn't cool to be an African. Before it was easier to enjoy being, oh, I'm a Jamaican. And like people and do all those kind of stuff. But now people are saying, yes, I mean,
everyone Africa wants to be Nigerian now.
I'm an African, I'm a Nigerian, and this is who I am.
That's like that's the trending thing now. Everybody wants to be like.
So I feel like, and most times people get lost because you don't know who you are. You're trying to blend into an American society, also trying to keep where you're from, so you are neither here nor there. You know, like
you're just trying to satisfy two people there.
Yeah. Why don't you just establish who you are, know your origin, and just move on from there. And that is what I think Odunde Festival really is for people, which is go enjoy and connect to your origin.
And meet others, form a community, meet other people that are also African that want to connect with people like you. Like, you know, like, because sometimes you don't know what's around you until something brings you together.
Yes.
And that's the thing that will bring you together. Other day, okay, wow. So you're Nigerian too? Yeah, I'm Nigerian. Oh, you're Senegalese? Oh, you're Kenyan? Or you're from Liberia? You know, you'll never know who you'll meet. You know, I saw this clip. That's what I actually want to pull up. The clip of David O.
Yeah.
When he said something like this.
Well, I think he said something like, "Oh, years back, people were not cool
right
to be African."
For real, he's right. Talk about. I remember when Africans used to like that they're from Jamaica. Am I lying? Nah, totally true. You know what I'm saying? Now they're like, I'm going to the garden. They tell me, for what? For David O's concert. Yeah. Who's David O? An African artist. Yeah. They don't even let people rent the garden.
Like, we're making everything that we participate in, we will always get to the top of it.
Yeah, for the ones that are motivated and are ready to do it.
Well, sometimes you gotta see yourself where you want to be. So, not see yourself. See somebody like yourself where you want to be, and that will motivate you to.
And we discussed that in one of our podcasts, which was like, I think, the lack of role models.
Yes.
For Black American youths in society. And they look up to the people they see, which is the artists singing and rap and hip hop and culture, and they tend to do everything that they heard in those songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying everybody's not going to be a good rapper. What percentage of artists are making it big time in hip hop in the US compared to the number of people that are doing it? But where are the medical doctors that are blacks? Where are the lawyers that are clean? Where are the computer engineers that are killing
Correct.
it? Where are the business analysts that are doing it? Where are the truckers that are doing it?
Founders of businesses.
Let's even leave education. Where are the truckers that are doing it?
That's true. That's a good one.
Are you showing people that they can make it through this way as well? Have you started your life driving one truck and you're able to start a business from it and have the trucks where you can give to other black people to drive and make money together? Where are those people in society? We are not seeing them. I'm not saying they don't exist, but where are they? These are the things that people can see. If I'm doing something bad, or I'm into a wrong thing, let's say I'm selling drugs, I'm dealing drugs, and you want to take me out of it. Telling me to stop it alone doesn't do anything.
You have to show me the replacement.
So which other way am I able to sustain myself apart from doing this? Hey, some people, it's what they want to do, they can do it. If you think that is the lane that you're good at, discuss it with law enforcement later. But I'm telling you, there are some people that are doing this thing that they don't want to do it, but they're only doing it because that is the only way out. I'm not providing excuses for people, but I'm saying, like, if they see other opportunities, they will not do it. So who are the people that is shining the light on their footsteps to discover the other good things that they could do with their time?
I see.
So that is just the part of me that spoke to the role models and the lack of it thereof in the society.
I agree with you 100. Well, not 100%. I agree with you 50%. But the other 50% where a part of me disagrees is maybe it's because of my age too. I've gotten to see the power of YouTube and how YouTube can really change your life. But you mentioned something earlier. You need to have that motivation. What I find is that a lot of people that are in that kind of lifestyle, there's really no motivation to want to do something different because the seed really is motivation. That's the seed that you plant that now grows into a tree. That motivation is what will sustain you, what will drive your curiosity to find answers to questions that you want answers to. And a lot of those answers are on YouTube, and just going to a person, which is where your argument comes in. There's not enough people to show that, hey, I make a good living doing this. You should try it too. I spoke to somebody in my church. This guy has a business where he installs cameras. And I asked him, okay, so how long have you been in business for? He said, yeah, I've been doing it for 10 years. He's been doing it for 10 years. He works with his son and some other family members, but it got to a point where the family members were like, we want to get paid more. And then he just fell off. He wasn't doing it as much. And now he's doing something else at a job. And I'm like, but this job that you have, how many people like you is it servicing? What examples are you making to other people? Why sacrifice something that you can use to grow a community to just something that you can use to survive for yourself? Is it that you don't see past yourself? No, you were doing it with your family members and your son. So we're just trying to get into the mindset of what will make you go from something where you were employing people to now you being the one that needs to be employed.
So I'll start from the fact that you mentioned YouTube and where people can get motivation from or go see things and use it. But some people don't even know there are things like that on YouTube. They just go there and stream music. Last night I was thinking about something I wanted to do.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I was thinking about something I wanted to do in the office, and I wanted to automate the process. So I was thinking, so how do I? So I was looking at the different steps of how I'm going to get it to that level. Then I saw a step, just visualizing it, I don't think I've done this before. I don't know how to do it, but I'm sure it's do on YouTube. So 1 a.m. last night, I went to YouTube, clicked on it. It was a 2-minute video that explained that step for me to do and move to the next level. So when I get to the office, I will sit down. I'll do the whole process I know. I'll go back, play that 2 minutes video, do that step and get whatever. whatever output I wanted to get from the automation. I didn't need anybody to teach me because I know that there's a place I can go and get it.
You know there's a place
to get it.
That used to be books.
Yeah, now it's YouTube.
Now it's YouTube.
But some people don't know. Some people just go there to listen to music and watch videos of people twerking.
Why did you have to say that?
If it's not as if I don't go to YouTube to watch videos too. I go there to watch videos and listen to music. And we are putting this content on YouTube because we want to educate people in a different light. But some people don't even know there's a podcast on YouTube. I'm not kidding. Some people, so someone that had a mathematical issue, like studying maths, right, doesn't know there are tons of teachers on YouTube for free that you can go and watch their videos and better yourself in that subject. Some know, but they're not interested in it. And that is where the motivation comes in. There's nothing you want to tell me about crime that I wouldn't tell you. I know it is enticing. It is. Crime is enticing. But how long do you think you can stay in it? Because as you're committing the crime, you are not only creating issues for yourself with law enforcement, you're also creating issues for yourself with other gangs. So on both ends of life, someone is after you. How long do you think you can survive it? Wow. If other gangs doesn't catch you, law enforcement will. That's the reality. What do you think? How long do you think someone will reign committing crime before going to prison or getting killed? So why are people still doing it? What is the percentage of people that makes it out and become big with it to the number of people that got killed along the way?
Then they glorify the ones that survive.
So what we need to do is not you and I, what the society in general needs to do is to be able to paint a better picture of, see, you can be in your house. I can be in my house and we say, I want to train 10 people every year on how to become a good project manager or a good business data analyst or a good business analyst. I want to do it. But if I don't go out to tell people I'm willing to train them,
wow, I see.
How do they know about it?
Got it. So that's why we have the ones that are doing.
The society needs to be as loud as the people that are selling the bad stuff as well.
Got it.
So as you supporting WAP dance with $1 million, with $1 million, you're supporting educational stuff with $1 million.
It's a match.
If not, one is going to be like the norm. Why the good stuffs fall into the background?
Damn.
So not to deviate too much from what we're saying. It is still, all this is still part of knowing. If you know who you are, you will not go into all those stuff. As a teenager, you can do some stupid stuff. So everybody have done it before. I have done stupid stuff before as a teenager. At a point in time in your life, you will come to the realization of who you are and stop it. But if you don't know who you are, how do you now come to that realization? That is why we're saying, go to the Odunde Festival, participate in it, meet people different from every other person you've met before in your circle. Try to, network and grow your circle. And from that, hey, you'll be better for it. And on that note, I say, see you next time. Thank you.